Have you ever wondered why some people have a magnetic presence that makes others feel safe, valued, and deeply understood? It's not about having all the right answers or always knowing what to say. It's something far more profound, the power of true presence. When a woman shares her struggles with you, she isn't necessarily looking for solutions. What she truly craves is to feel heard, to be understood on a soul-deep level, and to know that she is safe in your presence. Yet, so many people fail this test, unknowingly pushing away the very connections they desire most. In this video, we'll uncover the hidden lessons behind emotional connection, why listening without judgment is more powerful than offering advice, how empathy strengthens trust, and why the way you respond in vulnerable moments can make or break relationships. By the end of this video, you'll not only recognize the mistakes most people make, but you'll also discover how to become someone others deeply respect, trust, and open up to. So, stay with me, because once you understand these truths, your relationships will never be the same again. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I encourage you to click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated on all our latest content. I'm eager to hear your thoughts on today's topic. If you enjoy the content, please comment 1 below. If it doesn't resonate with you, leave a 0. Your feedback is crucial as it helps me create better videos that align with your interests. Now, let's get started. The first important lesson, the power of true presence. When a woman entrusts you with her worries, fears, and struggles, it's not because she expects you to swoop in and fix everything. She isn't looking for a knight in shining armor to charge in and save the day. No, what she truly longs for, what she deeply craves, is something infinitely more profound, your unwavering presence. She wants to feel heard, to be understood on a soul-deep level, and to be embraced without fear of judgment. So many people fail to grasp this simple yet profound truth. They assume that offering solutions, logical advice, or quick fixes will make everything better. But in reality, that's not what she needs. What she needs is you, your attention, your patience, your empathy. She needs to see in your eyes that her emotions matter, that her words carry weight, that she is not alone in this vast, chaotic world. In those vulnerable moments, she doesn't need a problem solver. She needs a safe harbor, a refuge where she can lay down her burdens without fear of being dismissed or misunderstood. She needs the comfort of knowing that when she speaks, her voice isn't just noise, it is valued, cherished, and respected. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do isn't to say the right words or offer the perfect solution. It's to simply be there. To hold space for her. To let her feel, to let her express, to let her exist fully in that moment, without interruption, without judgment. Because at the core of it all, what she desires more than anything is to know that she matters. The test of empathy, the true measure of connection. When a woman shares her struggles, her doubts, and her moments of uncertainty, she isn't merely seeking advice or reassurance. She is testing something far deeper, something many fail to recognize. She's testing your ability to stand in her emotional space without turning away. She's testing your empathy, your emotional intelligence, and your willingness to hold her feelings with care. She is not just listening to what you say, but absorbing how you respond, your tone, your gestures, your pauses, even your silence. Every little detail matters because it reveals the truth of who you are beneath the surface. You see, true empathy isn't about having all the right words or offering quick solutions. It's about feeling what the other person feels, about stepping into their world and acknowledging their emotions without resistance. It's about showing her, through every small action, that she is not alone in what she's experiencing. She wants to know, can you handle vulnerability? Can you sit with discomfort without rushing to fix it? Can you truly hear her, not just with your ears but with your heart? If you show her that you are someone she can trust, someone who won't judge, dismiss, or minimize her emotions, you are offering something far more valuable than mere conversation. You are offering a connection. And real connection is rare. It is the kind of bond that builds slowly, through moments of trust, patience, and presence. It is the unspoken language of understanding that says, I see you. I hear you. And I am here for you. But not everyone is ready for this kind of depth. Some people shrink away from raw, unfiltered emotion. They fidget, they change the subject, they crack a joke to lighten the mood, all because vulnerability unsettles them. They don't know how to hold space for someone else's pain, so they retreat, leaving conversations unfinished and emotions unacknowledged. They fail the test, not because they are bad people, but because they have not yet learned how to truly be there for someone. But you have a choice. If you're still here, listening to these words, reflecting on their meaning, then you have something special. You have the opportunity to be different. To be the kind of person who doesn't run, who doesn't shut down or turn away. To be the kind of person who stays, even when the emotions are heavy, even when the words are difficult, even when there is nothing to do but listen. And believe me, this simple act of presence has more power than you could ever imagine. Because in a world where so many feel unheard and unseen, where so many people are too distracted, too impatient, or too afraid to engage with real emotion, you can stand out. You can be the person who listens when it matters most. The person who makes someone feel valued, understood, and safe. Never underestimate the impact of your presence. Sometimes, just knowing that someone is truly there, without judgment, without distraction, without needing to fix anything, can be the most healing and powerful gift of all. If you are still watching this video, and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. A common misconception, the true meaning of trust. One of the greatest misunderstandings people have is assuming that when a woman shares her problems, it must mean she has romantic feelings. But the truth is, vulnerability isn't always a sign of love. It's often a sign of trust. And trust, though precious, should never be mistaken for something it's not. When a woman opens up to you, confiding her fears, struggles, and insecurities, it doesn't necessarily mean she wants to be with you romantically. It doesn't mean she's secretly waiting for you to make a move. It simply means that she sees you as a person of depth, a safe space, someone who she believes will listen with care and without judgment. In that moment, she is offering you something incredibly valuable, her unguarded truth. She is allowing you into a space that not everyone gets to enter. But that is not an invitation for romance, nor is it a promise of anything more than what already exists between you. This is something you must respect. It is a delicate, sacred space, and handling it with care is the difference between being someone she can continue to trust and someone she regrets opening up to. Too often, people mistake emotional closeness for romantic interest, assuming that deep conversations, personal confessions, and moments of vulnerability are coded signals for something more. They see trust as a transaction. If she opens up to me, that must mean she likes me. But that mindset is not only misguided, it is dangerous. It leads to assumptions, misinterpretations, and ultimately, broken connections. The truth is, that trust is not a stepping stone to romance. It is not an unspoken contract or a promise of intimacy. It is, in itself, one of the most precious gifts a person can offer. To assume otherwise, to believe that her openness somehow entitles you to more, is to misunderstand the nature of human connection. If you approach every emotionally intimate moment with the expectation of getting something in return, you will not only set yourself up for disappointment, but you will also risk damaging the very relationship that led her to confide in you in the first place. You will turn a moment of genuine trust into a moment of silent expectation, where she feels the weight of assumptions pressing down on her, making her question whether she should have opened up at all. And when that happens, the trust she once gave so freely begins to wither. Instead of expecting something in return, appreciate what you have been given. Recognize that being trusted is a privilege. It means you are seen as someone strong enough to hold another person's worries, someone who can listen without turning their pain into an opportunity for personal gain. That is rare. And if you can truly embrace that, if you can sit with someone's vulnerability without feeling the need to turn it into something else, you will become the kind of person people want to open up to. The kind of person who is valued for who they are, not for what they might provide. So honor trust. Hold it gently, without expectations or hidden motives. Because the moment you do, you will find that the deepest connections, the ones that truly matter, are the ones built not on assumption or desire, but on respect. And that kind of connection, that is something truly irreplaceable. How should you respond? The art of being present. When a woman entrusts you with her emotions, her worries, and her struggles, your response can either strengthen the bond between you or make her regret ever opening up. The way you react in these moments matters more than you may realize. It's not about what you say, it's about how you make her feel. First and foremost, listen, truly listen. Not the kind of half-listening where you're already thinking about what to say next, or where you're waiting for your turn to speak. No, she needs real listening, the kind where you give her your full attention, where you absorb every word, every pause, every shift in her tone. Let her speak without interruption. Let her unload what's on her mind without feeling rushed or dismissed. So many people think they have to jump in with advice or solutions, as if the only way to be helpful is to fix things. But that's not always what she needs. Most of the time, she isn't looking for answers. She's looking for understanding. Validate her emotions. Let her know that what she's feeling is real and that her experiences matter. Say things like, "I can see why you feel that way," or "that must be difficult." These simple words may not seem like much, but they carry an enormous weight. They tell her, "I hear you. Your feelings are important. You are not alone in this. If you think you can help, ask first." It's natural to want to offer guidance, especially if you genuinely care about her. But before you jump in with solutions, pause. Ask. A simple question like, "Do you want advice, or do you just need someone to listen?" can make all the difference. Sometimes, she just needs to vent, to speak freely without fear of being judged or fixed. And if she does want your opinion, give it gently, with kindness and consideration. Don't impose solutions as if you have all the answers. Instead, offer your thoughts in a way that respects her autonomy, her intelligence, and her ability to make her own decisions. Above all, be her safe space. Make her feel that she can come to you without hesitation, without fear of being misunderstood. Be the person who listens with patience, who responds with empathy, and who makes her feel seen, heard, and valued. Because sometimes, the greatest gift you can give someone isn't advice or solutions. It's simply being there. Be her safe space, the power of presence. More than anything, what a woman needs in moments of vulnerability is safety. Not physical safety, though that matters too, but emotional safety. She needs to know that she can express herself without fear of being judged, dismissed, or made to feel like a burden. She needs to feel that her words are not just being heard, but held, gently, carefully, with genuine concern. Your presence alone can be healing. When you remain steady in the face of her emotions, when you don't look away or try to change the subject, when you make her feel like she is worth listening to, you are giving her something priceless, reassurance. Reassurance that she is valued. That she is not too much. That her feelings, no matter how big or complicated, are valid. Don't minimize what she's feeling. Phrases like, "It's not that bad," or "You're overthinking it," may seem harmless, but they can feel dismissive. Even if her emotions don't make sense to you, they are very real to her. Instead of downplaying her feelings, acknowledge them. Say things like, "Heavy check mark, that sounds difficult. I'm sorry you're going through that." Heavy check mark, I can see why that would upset you. Heavy check mark, I hear you. That must be tough. These words are simple, but they show her that her emotions are seen and respected, not brushed aside. Be patient with her emotions. Not every problem has a quick resolution. Some pain lingers. Some struggles take time to work through. If she confides in you about something painful, don't expect her to snap out of it quickly. Let her process at her own pace. Your role is not to rush her to a solution, it's to stand beside her through the process. If she opens up one day and then withdraws the next, don't take it personally. Sometimes, vulnerability can feel overwhelming. Sometimes, people need a little space to collect their thoughts after sharing something heavy. What matters is that you remain consistent, that she knows you are still there, still listening, still present. Know that silence can be powerful. Sometimes, the best response isn't a response at all. It's simply being there. A comforting presence. A reassuring glance. A quiet nod that says, "I'm here for you." In moments of deep emotion, silence can speak volumes. If you're not sure what to say, don't panic. You don't have to have the perfect words. Just stay with her. Hold her hand if she's comfortable with it. Let her cry if she needs to. Let her know, without saying a word, that she is not alone. Show up when it matters. Listening in one conversation is important, but consistency is what truly builds trust. Be the person who shows up, not just once, but always. Check in on her later. Send a simple message, "I was thinking about you today. How are you feeling?" It's such a small gesture, but it carries so much weight. Because when someone knows they can count on you, not just in one moment, but again and again, that is when real trust is built. That is when bonds deepen. That is when you become not just a good listener, but a truly valuable person in her life. And ultimately, that is what makes all the difference. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Strength in vulnerability, the silent power of opening up. When a woman confides in you, she is doing something that requires immense strength. Society often teaches us to guard our emotions, hide our struggles, and present an image of unwavering resilience. But true resilience is not about pretending everything is fine. It's about having the courage to acknowledge when things aren't. It's about having the bravery to say, "I need to share this with someone." So when she chooses you, understand the depth of what that means. She is not being weak, she is being bold. It takes a special kind of strength to open up, to allow another person into the raw, unfiltered parts of her world. And in that moment, she is giving you something incredibly rare, a piece of herself. This is not something to take lightly. Trust is not a casual gift. It is fragile, precious, and once broken, often impossible to fully restore. The way you respond in this moment will define how safe she feels with you, not just now, but in the future. Will you cherish this trust? Or will you brush it off as insignificant? How you answer that question will shape the depth of your relationship. The weight of trust, a gift, not a right. In any relationship, whether it's a friendship, a romantic connection, or even a professional partnership, trust is one of the greatest gifts you can ever receive. It is not something that is owed to you. It is earned, moment by moment, through actions, not just words. And when someone places their trust in you, they are not just seeking comfort, they are seeking connection. A safe space. A person who will not judge them, dismiss them, or see their struggles as an inconvenience. Trust is an invitation, an open door to something deeper, something meaningful. Will you step through that door? Or will you turn away? Because the truth is that not everyone is strong enough to handle vulnerability. Some people shrink from it, uncomfortable with the weight of another person's emotions. Some dismiss it, fearing it will require too much of them. But if you choose to embrace it, to recognize the beauty in someone trusting you with their truth, then you have the chance to build something truly extraordinary. See it as an invitation, not a burden. The next time a woman tells you her problems, resist the urge to see it as something uncomfortable or inconvenient. It is not a burden, it is an invitation. An invitation to see the world through her eyes. An invitation to understand her, not just on the surface, but deeply. An invitation to be more than just another person in her life. To be someone who truly matters. Because here's something important to remember. She does not do this with just anyone. She chose you. Not because she expects you to fix everything. Not because she is weak. But because, in some way, she believes you are capable of being there for her. And that is something extraordinary. So take that invitation with gratitude. Hold it with care. Recognize that in a world where people guard their hearts so fiercely, being trusted with someone's truth is a privilege few are given. And when you respond with empathy, presence, and patience, you don't just strengthen your relationship with her. You become the kind of person this world needs more of. A final thought: the power of your presence. If you've made it this far, let me take a moment to congratulate you. The fact that you're still here, reading, absorbing, and reflecting means that you are willing to grow, deepen your understanding of relationships, and truly be there for the people who trust you. And let me tell you, that willingness, it matters. It will not only transform your relationships, but also leave a lasting impact on the lives of those around you. So, keep being that person. The one who listens. The one who understands. The one who stays. Because the world desperately needs more people like that. Have you ever experienced this? Now, I want to hear from you. Has this ever happened to you? Has someone ever opened up to you in a way that caught you off guard? How did you react? What did you learn from it? Share your experience in the comments. Your perspective might help someone else navigate a similar situation. Because every interaction, every conversation, every moment like this is an opportunity. Don't waste it. Trust, a bridge built with words and presence. When a woman confides in you, she's not just opening up, she's extending an invisible hand, offering something more profound than words. She is inviting you to build something with her. Trust. Trust is like a bridge between two people. Each word, each moment of vulnerability, each instance where she lets you see her unguarded self, those are the bricks that strengthen that bridge. But here's the key: are you willing to build that bridge, too? Because trust isn't one-sided. It's not just about her being vulnerable. It's about you reciprocating that emotional depth, showing her that this is a safe space, a connection built on mutual understanding rather than judgment. And that is where so many people go wrong. The wrong instinct, solving instead of understanding. Often, when someone shares their struggles, our immediate instinct is to fix things. We think, how can I help? What advice should I give? How do I make this better? We might say things like, speaking head, oh, that's not such a big deal. Speaking head, just do this and you'll be fine. Speaking head, don't worry about it so much. And while these words may come from a place of good intentions, they often miss the mark. Because in that moment, the person speaking doesn't necessarily need solutions. They need understanding. The power of silence and presence. Sometimes, the most profound thing you can offer isn't a brilliant piece of advice. It's silence. But not just any silence. A silence filled with empathy. A silence that says, Sparkles, I'm here. Sparkles, I hear you. Sparkles, you're not alone. It's a silence that holds space, that allows emotions to exist without rushing to erase them. It's the kind of presence that makes someone feel safe enough to keep sharing. And in that safety, healing begins. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment on number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. The importance of your reaction. Not everyone knows how to handle moments of vulnerability. Some people feel uncomfortable and retreat. Others dismiss emotions as overreactions. But you must understand this. Opening up is not weakness, it is bravery. It's like removing armor, revealing old wounds, saying, this is me, with all my struggles, my fears, my imperfections. And if someone shows you that side of themselves, and you truly value your relationship with them, then you have a responsibility, an obligation, to honor that moment. So ask yourself, face with monocle, how do you react when someone opens up to you? Face with monocle, do you create a safe space, or do you unintentionally shut them down? Because this isn't just about women. This isn't just about relationships. It applies to everyone in your life, your friends, your family, your colleagues. The way you respond to vulnerability defines who you are, not just in the eyes of others, but in the way you see yourself. If you respond with kindness, patience, and genuine presence, you build something truly valuable, trust. But if you respond with indifference, impatience, or dismissiveness, you might destroy something that took years to build. And once trust is broken, it's never quite the same. Be the person who stays. At the end of the day, it all comes down to one defining question. Will you be the person who listens, who understands, who stays? Because if you choose to be that person, the one who doesn't turn away when things get real, the one who doesn't shut down when emotions run deep, you won't just build stronger relationships. You'll become someone of depth, of empathy, of true emotional intelligence. And people like that, they leave a lasting impact. They don't just pass through the lives of others, they shape them. The key to meaningful relationships. Every time someone confides in you, you are standing at a crossroads. At that moment, you have a choice, to step forward and meet them where they are or to step back and let the moment slip away. Most people don't realize it, but it only takes one word, one glance, one reaction to either deepen the connection or break it entirely. Small blue diamond, a sigh of frustration? That can make someone hesitate before ever opening up again. Small blue diamond, a dismissive response? That can make them feel unseen, unheard, and unimportant. Small blue diamond, a moment of presence, true, undivided attention? That can make them feel valued in a way they'll never forget. Don't underestimate these moments. They aren't just conversations. They are connections. Bridges waiting to be built or torn down. Who will you choose to be? And now, I want to leave you with a question, one that matters more than you might think. Backhand index pointing right, what kind of person do you want to be? Someone who ignores, who dismisses, who judges, or someone who listens, who understands, who supports? Because your answer won't just define your relationships, it will define you. It will shape the way people remember you, the depth of the connections you create, and ultimately, the impact you leave on this world. So choose wisely. Because in the end, it's not about how many people you meet in life. It's about how many people you truly connect with. So, what have you learned from this video? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Comment below and share one thing you've learned and will put into practice in your life. If you enjoyed this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your support helps us create more content for you. See you in the next video.